Alright, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these custom obsidian weapons for the ninja. Alright guys, the first custom weapon that I'm going to show you how to make is the scythe of quakes. The scythe of quakes, you're only going to need 3 pieces, which are this black claw, which are pretty common. This gunmetal gray hilt piece with the 2 studs on the side. And this black bar piece. This build is pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is take this black bar piece, take the gunmetal gray hilt, put that on, and then take the claw and put it on one of the studs. Make sure the hilt is like this. It's not like this, and you don't put it on like that, because that doesn't look like the scythe quakes at all. Make sure you have it the right way up, like this. The next custom obsidian weapon is the shurikens of ice. You can make 2 of these to make it look better, but I only made 1. Alright, for shurikens of ice, you are going to need this arrow blade piece, 3 of these claw pieces that are the small black ones, and then this small piece, it is mostly used for the basic candles. You don't need this piece, but you can use it, and it makes it look a lot better. Alright, to make the shurikens of ice, all you're going to need is this arrow blade piece. Then take one of the claws that I showed, put it like that. Repeat this process 2 more times with the other claws, making sure that they are angled like this. Taking the last claw, doing the same thing. Then, with this piece that I showed that is optional, where you can see this stud, you put that right on there. Then you gotta stand for it. Alright, the next weapon that I'm going to be showing you guys how to build is the sword of fire. Alright, for a sword of fire, all you're going to need is a classic black katana. One of these dragon black hilts. They did come out recently, so they are pretty common. And then 1 black stud with the hole in the middle. The first step to making the sword of fire is taking this black dragon hilt. Then taking the stud with the hole in it, place that just on top. Then taking this black katana, putting it on like that. You can put it like this, or you can twist the sword around. So when you hold the dragon hilt like that, it's facing that way, and the katana is facing down. Alright, the next obsidian weapon is the nunchucks. Alright, all the pieces that you're going to need to build the obsidian nunchucks are these 2 black hilts. You can use these 2 dragon hilts instead, like we did on the sword of fire. I just decided to use those. And then this black chain. Alright, I think this build might be the simplest on the list. But all you gotta do is take this chain, put it on one of these hilts. Take the other side of the chain, do the same thing, and boom, you're done. The next obsidian weapon is Nia Spear. Okay, so this build is actually tied with the most pieces out of all the obsidian weapons. What you're going to need is one of these black bar pieces, one of these black hilts, one of these charms that you put on the bottom of swords, one of these silver daggers, and then 1 stud with a hole in it. Alright, the first step to making the spear is taking the black bar piece, then taking the hilt, putting it on the bar just like that, then taking the stud with the hole in it, putting that on top of the hilt. Then you're going to take the dagger, put it through that stud, connecting to the bar piece. Then you're going to take the charm, put it on the bottom of the spear, and then just like that, it's done. I forgot to mention that you can make a second version of this. It requires most of the same pieces. One of these black bars, one of the hilts, then just one of these bigger dagger pieces. The last weapon on the list is this Lloyd's dagger staff. I was going to put his normal sword, but I couldn't really get it in black without doing a legal building move and spray painting it, so I just decided to go with this weapon. He does come in a couple sets with these, so it is accurate. Alright, taking a look at the pieces, it does come with these 2 silver hilts, 1 black bar piece, and 2 of these bigger daggers that we used on Nia's second version of her spear. Alright, the first step to making this custom weapon for Lloyd is taking this black staff, then taking one of the gunmetal gray hilts, then taking this big blade, putting it on just like that. Now we're going to do the same thing, except after we put the hilt on, putting the blade on, we're going to put it the opposite way, so it makes that shape. Alright, that is all for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And if you made it all the way to the end, drop a comment saying I love Ninjago. And if you leave a like or subscribe, that's even better. Don't worry, you don't have to do any of that. It doesn't matter if you do or don't. But just remember, Jesus loves you and Jesus saves.